their doubts and all. So this weekly coaching call is for that. So solve the people's doubt which they have regarding to their career and different things. Are there a lot of students are in connection with me. They ask a lot of different questions and all those things are there. So it is regarding that. So whatever you have your doubts, you can ask those questions whatever are there. So previous week a lot of students joined and they asked a lot of questions and all. So let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes, or let me also start because I get so many questions that I make a list of it, and sometimes those questions are like the same only all the time. So let us do that thing, and yeah. So note. Thank you, Ankit. Okay, some have also joined. So this is something which you can join also, like directly. Okay, so a lot of students were there, joined. Let me do one thing. So anyone is there? Ankit is there, and he's telling me something. I'm trying to complete all the assignment. Good, Ankit. You try to complete all the assignments, and then we'll try for Ankit. Is from my paid boot camp, and he's trying to complete all of this assignment. Okay, you can also come on camera if you want to ask something. It is okay. I got a message that you're trying to complete all the boot camp. Once you complete, I'll post you to the employees, and we have a lot of employees who are wanting React.js developers. So I will put you in front of them. Already put other people like Ria and Ria in front of them. And Ria actually got a job. Actually, that's something very good. Ria got a internship in Adurigo, so that is very good. Aditya also got an internship. So now only actually 4 people are remaining who get a job in the night batch. Previous night batch, 4 people are remaining. So we're going to have another 2 batches starting this Monday, and one is the again a night batch is going to start. Those who don't know, again a night batch is going to start, and hope you I'm live on YouTube. So one sec. So let me write. Okay, welcome all. Okay, it goes to YouTube. I am live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube also. So, anyways, anything. Anyway, so as I was telling, we are going to start our next batch. Already, we have completed the 3 batch successfully, 3 batch, and it is a very good thing that all of the students are placed. Only 4 of them are remaining, and they're remaining because they have not completed the assignment. Due to there are some reasons like that. It is not like that. Those reasons are very genuine. So, once they complete their assignment, and we are going to start putting them in front of whoever are, yeah, we have a lot of contact in front of them, plus they get job on their own because they do a lot of things on LinkedIn. One of the major thing for us is to get them be able to be visible on LinkedIn. So they are very much visible on LinkedIn, so most of them get job once they're halfway through our things only. So that is like that. So that is there. And what else? Let me see one sec. Okay, yeah, I'm live. Okay, okay. So actually, I used to take a lot of one-to-ones, and there were a lot of questions which came earlier. And let me mm, take all of you through them. Means some of the questions were so common because they came multiple times. One of the thing is like uh, the thing is that in especially in MP means in here there is people don't know much about IT and all. Okay, all of those engineers and all are there, but then also there were not many IT jobs. Right now the thing is changing. So people waste a lot of time after the engineering who want to stay back. So there are a lot of people who want to stay back, don't want to go to this Bangalore and all this. I was one of the person who had gone to the Bangalore in the first, even before getting my result in 2004. I left for Bangalore and did some struggle there and got my first job there. So now also everything happens like that. Everybody goes to Bangalore, but there are a lot of students who remain back in MP, in Bhopal, in different towns because of there are certain commitments they have certain commitments in their family and all. And these are the people who generally end up doing after, even after engineering and all, they end up preparing for MPPSC or PSC and all, and they keep wasting their 6 to 7 years. Yeah, most of the people waste their time. Okay, so it is not like, okay, everybody will see that will get that red beacon car. No, it is not like that. Most of the people waste the 6 to 8 years. It is not that much easy because the number of PSU jobs, they're all they're going down. Even government don't want people to get a government job because everything is getting privatized slowly. So neither the government jobs are there, neither the UPSC and those jobs are there. India's population is not going down. India's population is daily increasing. India's population is increasing. So that is one of the reason there are no jobs, and people are still pushing for government jobs in our cities, which I'm seeing. And actually, I used to do a lot of one-to-one. Out of 10, at least two two questions were regarding that. Sir, I have wasted my 6 years. I waste my 6 years in preparing for PSU. Now what to do now? How can I become a web developer? Nowadays web developer jobs are a lot. So I used to get a lot of questions like that. Okay. That was another thing. And again, you are lucky that it is now only the Infosys and TCS are not the only employer. If they were the only employer and they employ in bulk, you would not have got a job. So in the TCS and Infosys of the world, what happens that they have certain limit, and that is not their fault because they take so much people in one go that we should all thanks to them. Okay, that they are taking so many people. But the thing is that first thing is that they don't hire anything else engineer because they think that they have to teach them further. And the other thing is that they don't hire someone with 2 3 years gap. Okay, so the best thing is to go to startup. So there are a lot of startups. How to learn one stack project wise, or first learn the concept and then someone asked some very good questions. Let me answer that. No, don't learn in the project wise, as it has been advised in a lot of YouTube channels. Don't learn project wise. You will not learn anything. Okay, so first learn the concept and then only work on project. So never learn anything like this project wise thing. First you have to learn the concept and then only you have to go to the project. So you will not understand anything if you go to this like this. What is this? Uh, so there are a lot of clones going on around the internet. If you go in a very popular clone, so what you will go to that person, or even I am using use context. So what is use context? Not even understand what is use context. So use context is a complicated topic in React. Not even understand that. What is this? Okay, so that is like that. And mun stack and all. See, React is the main part of mun. Although mun starting from MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js, React is the 90% of mun because Node.js and Express and Node.js and Express are the same thing. I don't know why they're telling it different. And Mongo are very easy. React is not a toughest thing, but React is the main thing there, and React is the thing which will get you a job because the React is the thing which is in most demanded, and Node and all these things are the additional things which get added to it. Okay, if a person is asking for one, it means that they need React.js developer. If they would have asked for backend developer, especially backend developer, they would have never asked for one. They would have asked for Node.js developer, Node.js developer. So I know that there are some extra things also which the Node.js developer do, because I've worked in projects in which the backend team only used to develop Node.js stuff, but I also know Node.js, but I was in the front end part, so they used to develop only the Node.js part. See, even if you go into a team which is like big projects, you go a company with 10 plus people in a project, they will never have the front end team and the back end team as one. So their tasks are always divided. So mun stack is very good thing, but the thing is that it is used in very small startups. So even I have worked in a lot of projects in which React and Node.js both were there, but the front end team was different and the back end, because people don't have time in those big projects. You have a lot of deadlines. So you, the front end team and the back end team, they are all both different. But then also, if you know mun stack, the things is that your chances of getting a job increases 10 times, because you can now go to this small startup like those 2% startup, like 3% startup, 10% startups, and those startups you can go. And even in sometimes a big startups also, sometimes what happens, they prefer one developer so that they can work end to end. So it depends on that. So mostly you will not get that those things in bigger companies like the mun developers and all, but in startups it is in high demand, mun stack. So it's very good to learn this mun stack. That is very good question. Okay, so Someone have some other questions they can ask. Okay. Okay. So a lot of my students are, they are like, most of, not lot, actually almost all of my students, like who have some gap and all. So most of my means in my boot camp, the students like they have gap. Someone is like a mechanical engineer, they have a gap. Right now in physical boot camp, I'm teaching two people. Both of them are from electronics background. They have 6 years of gap. They have worked in some other fields and all, didn't got paid well, and they stayed in MP for those 6 years. So they have gaps. So those people are always there, and it is not like all of them will get a job the moment they learn React. Has already talked about them to a local startup, and that guy is eager to take them, because React people you don't get anywhere. You don't get in small cities, you even don't get, because here still the people who are not from means IT and all, they think that still all the jobs belong to PHP and all, because they see some government offices and all, and in that PHP is used. Yeah, so those who don't know, still in government offices and all, PHP is used. Government office in the sense, government have got a lot of sites like this. Maybe those sites are not being used, but in MP what happens, there is a MP online site. This is a very big site, MP online, because one of my known person works on that MP online, and that is in PHP and all. So people think that all the jobs are in PHP. No, it is not like that. Only that site is in PHP. Nobody uses PHP and all. Okay, so even no jobs are there in PHP. So sometimes those jobs, sometimes those contractual jobs also come. So people think in the smaller cities the PHP is the main thing. So it is not. React is the main thing. React, maybe Angular very less, but React is the main thing. That is what all the startups works, even small, big, any kind of startup, and all they works on that. So PHP is not the main thing. A lot of my one of my student, actually, he worked in this like this government for as a contractual, and he learned React, and he actually in the half of the project, and he's from some from a place known as Ratlam. So half of the project only got a job in a Mumbai startup, like totally remote job. So it was like great. So that was like great. And so JS Essential series is like it is like the same what was earlier. So JavaScript Essentials, so which right now is I'm taking that JavaScript Essential. It is the same. Means we repeat the same thing a lot of times, because every month we repeat this JavaScript Essentials. But the thing is that you should also do some projects with that. Maybe I will give you some projects. Wait a sec. Let me, along with that thing. So today was another 2 days are remaining. So one sec, I will give you the projects also. So go through that, those projects, one sec. Okay, so do that series. And if you even you can take the earlier series also, because that this is done every month, second week of the every month, you can see the earlier series also, because 2 days are remaining. You can see that the concept are the same we teach. And these are the JavaScript projects which you should do. Along with that, a lot of JavaScript projects are there. So along with that, do this thing, this JavaScript projects. Okay, so that is there. Oh, today's CSS project. Okay. I'll put that in the description. Actually, I didn't got time back to back thing. I'll put that in the description. A Google form I'll put, and in that you can submit the GitHub link. I'll put the Google form, because after this one I'll do, because today back to back, this is the fourth session we're taking today. Means CSS project, then CSS beginner to advanced, advanced to master, JavaScript just finished, then this. I didn't got time, half an hour breaks were there. So I'll put that, that will be there in the description, that will be there in the description. First prepare those 5 projects. I hope you have prepared it, but and then you'll get that thing. Anyways, 5 project, won't be able to prepare it tonight, but then only also it will be there. If you are going to prepare it tonight, it will be very good. So I will put it there, because this time there is no hurry and all. Previous time there was something that I was giving some books also, but this time I don't have any books right now. So I have given all of my books. So all my 5 books have gone. So previous time I was giving that thing. So those who complete those CSS projects, they get access to my special WhatsApp group in which I mentor people. So I do the one to one also. This, so this is like this is a group one to one. Maybe you can think it as group one to one. So I have this personal one-to-one also. So everybody is different, and a lot of people might be that they're not asking questions, so they can come to that, they can ask their questions. A lot of people will be shy asking their questions, like some people might be having a gap, so they don't want to ask in the public platform. So that one-to-one, it's a Zoom call, one-to-one, half an hour, I will solve all of your career queries. But you have to earn that thing. And how do you earn that thing? You do either this CSS course, or we have done some, done other this web development also. You have to earn it. So that one-to-one, you have to earn it with me, and that is how you earn it, to submit the assignment. Because we want people to submit the assignment, not just go through our trainings and all, and watch the videos, get the participants. And you should do those projects. It is not, it will not benefit us, it will benefit you, because those projects you are going to show to the potential employers. Those potential employers are going to see that thing. You need to put those things in LinkedIn, and then the potential employer is going to see it, and you'll get the job on your own once you start posting those projects. Do 5 CSS projects, 5 JavaScript project, 5 React.js project, 2 major React projects, you'll get a job for sure. At least do this thing, and you'll get a job. So we want people to do those things. We want people to do this 17 projects, okay, and post them on LinkedIn. 17 projects you will take around 2 months to create, and 17 projects you post in those 2 months, and create your a bit of LinkedIn network also. Start adding 50 people every day. That is the advice. Start adding 50 people every day, because you can add 50 people every day in LinkedIn, every week in LinkedIn. Okay. So even if you have zero connection today, so how many you can have, and add 50 people in your locality who are in the IT field. Or suppose I stay in Bhopal, I will stay all the people. Add people in. I stay in anywhere in MP. So Indore is the main hub for us. I'll add all the peoples in the Indore locality and all, and then I will keep on posting those 17 projects every 2 days, 3 days on my channel, on my LinkedIn, and that is how you get a job. That is sure shot how you will get a job. Okay, that is how you get a job. Okay, those 17 projects you do those 17 projects. Nobody is in the world is there who will not get. I will give you a job. I will give the do the 17 project. I will give you a job. That is my guarantee. I will give you a job, but you have to do those 17 project. Okay, and that would take 2 to 3 months. Okay, that is there. Because I also need a lot of React.js developers. People keep on asking me that, okay, React.js developers are there, React.js developers are there. A lot of people keep on asking me. So that's the reason. But for React.js, you need to have some CSS projects also under your belt, CSS front-end mentor project, JavaScript projects also should be there, because React is a JavaScript library. So those things are there. You need those also, and then you need, of course, you need React.js project. Okay, and if possible, do one project also. Those one projects are also there on the channel. Okay, so this React JS project. Okay, so front-end mentor projects. Okay, the best place to do front-end mentor projects. Okay, so you have to do a lot of projects. Okay, let me do one more thing. Okay, front-end mentor, already today I did a very big thing. Okay, I will do one thing. Means, see, this learning and all is okay, but these projects are a must. Let me give all the playlist. Okay, and one more thing, if you have not, please do like and subscribe. We're doing, this is the fourth streaming which we are doing today, and I am like dead tired. Means today I did one streaming from 9 to continuous, from 9 to 3:30. Okay, so it is like continuous. I took only 2 breaks, 10 minutes break. I took only 2 breaks. Okay, so those things require a lot of energy and all, and I have my classes also. Okay, so one thing is this one. Let me wait one thing. Okay, I will give some projects links. Okay, so this I've given this JavaScript projects. So okay, beside this, do hello Jay. So beside this, you should do this front-end mentor challenges projects, and then this uh, React projects, and so JavaScript projects already have given. So this React projects, some React Firebase projects, and this Mun projects. All of this list I've given. Because projects you have to do to get a job. Okay, so that is the thing which you have to do. So that is there. So okay, so someone was there. Jaya, if you have some question, you can ask the question, and If anyone want to come live also, I can give the link, and they can come live also. I can give the link and I can invite you all. Okay, and you can come. Okay, so what else? Okay. Okay, and sir, I'm new here and completed my UI UX design course, and while doing interview, many companies want HTML, CSS, JavaScript, WordPress, and all want to learn from this. Okay, so you are your UI UX designer. Okay, so yeah, nowadays what is happening? See, she's a UI UX designer, so they are like different people. Those who are other people on this channel, I want to tell them UI UX designer are like very creative people. Most probably, I think you design the websites. So but nowadays a lot of people means smaller companies. So if you go to a big company, they will not ask you these things. Okay, so like big company, because I have worked in bigger companies, in that the UI UX people, hopefully you worked in Figma or something like that. So they used to work in that, and Figma and all. What the main thing is that it generates the CSS for the developer. So the designer used to give us those Figma things, and from there we used to do the CSS. So in bigger companies, actually, the designer never have to touch that HTML. But sometimes what happens in the smaller companies, I've seen that thing. I've seen that thing. What happens? The designer, they have to design the project also, and they have to give the HTML also. And sometimes some freelancers also need to do that, because I had done a freelancing project in which the freelancer who was a UI UX designer, they only used to give us the CSS. So at least the basic knowledge of the CSS is required. But the thing is, that means you go through my CSS courses and all, so you have to have some good knowledge of CSS. So I'm doing some advanced stuff also in CSS. It is always good for the designers to know the CSS. Or don't go towards the programming language, never go towards the programming language, but at least try to master the CSS. And if they want what JavaScript, don't go for JavaScript. They should not ask JavaScript to a designer. So then there is an overlap then. So never go for JavaScript. WordPress also don't go for that. Okay, WordPress, if we WordPress, very small companies are there which will ask for WordPress and all. And WordPress is WordPress is not even a developer thing, because WordPress is doesn't even require development. If you can take a 1 hour video on YouTube and you can learn WordPress anytime. So WordPress is something which is very easy. It's like just like a drag and drop thing which you can learn. But yeah, so sometimes this very small, not even companies, they're like who do this freelancing work and all. So they want the designer to do this, build this WordPress also, but which is not a good thing. But if you want to learn, if you want to crack those things also, you should learn these things, and don't learn JavaScript. Learn only HTML, CSS, and HTML, CSS, and maybe WordPress. But first learn HTML, CSS. That is a must, because CSS is very tough. Not in the tough like that. It is, and the CSS they want, because no developer want to touch CSS. That is also a problem. Developers generally in bigger companies, they don't want to touch CSS. CSS is considered a bit artistic, and they think that, okay, the designer is an artistic person. They are like they are artists. So those artists only should learn CSS. We are like developers. We should learn only JavaScript and React and all. We should not concentrate much on CSS. So Jay, you have to learn CSS, because that will be. Oh, I know Figma generates those things, but you have to learn HTML and CSS, because that is nowadays, even in bigger companies, that comes in the designer's responsibilities, that they should learn. They should know CSS. So you have to be a bit more than average average developer, more than average developer, because in small companies you go, they will ask you to give the CSS also. And it might happen they don't have the Figma thing. Okay, they're still working in the your PhDs. Okay, PhDs are very tough. Okay, the developers used to convert PhDs into HTML, CSS. It is very tough thing. So go through my front end mentor challenges also. There we have PhDs. So not all small companies have access to Figma, because all those are paid tools. Okay, nobody wants to, in India, nobody wants to spend on these paid tools. And Photoshop, also they get pirated things and all those things, those small companies. So they will ask you to do it on Photoshop, and you know how it is doing then on Photoshop and all. So it is a pain for the developer also to create from a Photoshop to create a HTML CSS. But those all things are covered in my front-end mentor series also, because still a lot of companies will be like that. They'll not use the Figma and all those things. Figma and what is the other thing name? I think three things are there: Figma, Sketch, and Adobe XD. Yeah, yeah. So those things are there. So hope it answer your question. Okay. Learn HTML CSS only. That was actually a very good question, and that a lot of people don't know about that. Unless a designer goes to the industry, they won't know about this thing, that CSS is also required a lot. Okay. So that is there, and yeah. So learn CSS. I do a lot of CSS stuff on my channel. Learn from that. Do some front end mentor projects, and you will be good. Okay. So that is there, and what else? Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of time. I will, if someone don't have any question, I'll end it today, because I have to put something, and then all of this, the descriptions and all, I have to put for a lot of things. Okay, so yeah, today also people ask some very good questions. So thank you all, and keep on coming to this thing, and every Wednesday, and keep on asking those questions and all.